Some people choose to get tattoos simply because of mere aesthetic or just because they can. And that's fine, completely fine. But some people choose to get tattoos because they're choosing to mark their body permanently with something that holds significance to them and is important to them. And oftentimes, right, these tattoos are tied to their life experiences and their life story. And I was reading an article by Aaron Wolfgang and Omen Kwan, and they were discussing the meaning behind the semicolon tattoo. The semicolon tattoo has been around for quite a while, but recently gained popularity because of the show 13 Reasons Why on Netflix. And the semicolon tattoo, right, it has basically the same meaning as it does in literature. An author or writer will choose to insert this into a sentence when they've chosen to continue it rather than leave it at that point. And in the same way, the person who bears this tattoo thought about ending their life but chose to continue living, chose to continue fighting, right? It is a tattoo of empowerment, and it demonstrates resilience, perseverance, strength, and courage. And because of this tattoo, actually, I came across the nonprofit organization that I'm going to be discussing, Project Semicolon. Project Semicolon is an amazing organization, right? And their goal is to help break the stigma surrounding mental health. And it's amazing because on their website, right, they have this option where you can share your story in hopes that, you can reach someone and help save a life. Not only that, but you're not only sharing your story, but other people have already shared their stories, right? And it is a community of people who are hoping to, right, build a bridge of support for other people. And I was reading, right, I came across the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and suicide is a very big issue, right, in the U.S. It is the 10th leading cause in the U.S. Not only that, but in 2019 there were 47,511 deaths caused by suicide, and 1.38 million suicide attempts that year. Like I said, this organization, right, their goal is to help destigmatize and bring awareness to people who oftentimes don't realize that there's resources, right, and there's support and help available. And there's amazing ways to volunteer. They have a wide selection. Many of the ways that you can volunteer, right, social media, Facebook support, just helping create posts, right, that is one way. There's also an option for websites, right, website blogging, website design, communication, web content. There's a creative section, right, video production, photography, graphic design. Oh, and organizational work, right? You can help organize events, and you can also just, be a helping hand in any way possible. Be available and ready to help. Those are the many ways that you can volunteer. But you can also be an advocate, right? Just spreading awareness of this project and different resources that people can have access to, right? Being an aid, right, to any source of information that might be a help. And like I said earlier, one way or another, we've all dealt with mental health issues, right? This past year, actually last year in March, when all the shutdowns happened, our lives practically changed overnight, right? We went from Saturday barbecues and Sunday family dinners to quarantining alone. And most of us didn't see family for months, right? We all lost loved ones. We all dealt with loss, and we couldn't say goodbye properly because of social distancing and all the mandates that were in place. And as humans, right, we're very social creatures, and to have that taken away from us and to be isolated for so long, right, that takes a toll on the mind. And if we break this stigma around mental health, right, and invest in organizations such as these, it's only going to benefit us as society as a whole, right, in the long run, right? If you have a portion of society that cannot function properly because they don't have the resources available, they don't have the support, right, they don't have the help that they need, we're going to struggle, right? We're not going to be able to function properly. And if we begin to invest in these organizations and these individuals get help that they need, right, they're only going to be prosper, right? They're only going to be able to function correctly as they can. And if they can function properly, right, if they can succeed in society, then society itself will prosper, right? And so in a way, you're investing in yourself and in society as a whole, right? You're only going to reap benefits if you invest in organizations such as these. And because of the lockdowns as well, last year, right, we switched to online learning, and some students were forced into homes, right, where they dealt with abuse, right? They are unintentionally forced to see their abusers every day. And that, I was reading on the American Academy of Pediatrics, and they were talking about a study that they did, and they noticed a rise in suicidal behavior in youth in the year of 2020, right? And that is alarming to see, because they're the next generation that is coming behind us, right? And if we can't help break the stigma right now, the cycle is just going to repeat itself, right? We need to inform these younger generations and let them know that they have access to resources and help, right? That they're not alone, that a lot of the people around them, right, are dealing with the same struggles, and right, that they have support. That's the biggest thing, right? Support.